just want to feel like that every day. Piping hot, popping like popcorn. It's all mine. Launch my soul, bang bang. Pick up every last one. This is it. This is it. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's not pretend I don't hear me. Try to move on without looking back. Piping hot, it's let's try on those days. I guess it's not all fun and games. This journey is my own. I'm sorry if I bother you, 'cause I realize perfection can't please me.
It took me 10 years to find the answer to something I forgot about it in 2 seconds. That's about it. It took me 10 years to find the answer to something I forgot about it in 2 seconds. I don't have anything that's really important to me. That's why everything is beautiful. you hear it? The pulses of the living. The ironic rhythm is a grand orchestra. It's never the same tone. Who wants to stop this? There can be. When the violent storm is over, blue sky is more beautiful than ever. You see, I want that, that's all I take the role of a silly clown, but I won't turn my back on life. I'm a fool, maybe worthless, but it's the word created my face. So all I do is take a whirl and pray. Checkmate. Informed consent. It increases words. Relation. Duration. Building the real life. Will not come. But alive! By time moving attack! We'll get only one sky. Blue, red, and black paranoia. What is it like to you? No one can see the colors but you. Alone, infested, void. Siente la hegemonía, soy la columna. Inversión, chaos, invisible,
What is good, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the PlayStation Fight Nights. Y'all know what it is. I got my man Ebonic Plague with me here today. It's been a minute, man, since we got to commentate together, so it's going to be a good time for sure. I'm looking forward to it. How are you doing?
I'm doing real well. You know, like you said, it's been a minute. It's not just been a minute since we've commentated together, but it's been a minute since I've been on the PlayStation channel. So I'm just happy to be here in general.
Yeah, exactly right. I always kind of like take a moment to appreciate the fact that I'm on PlayStation, bro. Like, PlayStation has been an integral part of my life since I could remember. So it's honestly mind-blowing every time we get to do one of these things. So it is the Fight Nights. We are in the building. You guys know what it is. And if you don't, let me get you hip real quick. We got the format going down. We have an invitational this week, right? Top 8 double elimination style, best of 3. So that top 3 is best of 5. So it's going to be a deadly bracket of strive. You're not going to get many chances unless you get to that finals format, of course. And in addition to that, you know the players are playing for some guap. You know what I'm saying? You know how it goes down here. The prizing: first place 200, second 150, third 100, and fourth 50. So not only is it important to get to the finals for that 3 out of 5, but that's how you're gonna get guaranteed some money as well, right? The loser semis also gonna be guaranteeing you some cash. So that's what the players are gonna be aiming for the most, of course. But yeah, man, let's take a look at those players that are gonna be in this bracket, shall we? Oh yeah, what we got about a Plague?
Yeah, well, we got a lot of staples, right? Especially even when I was still around, right? So we got Umisho versus King Africa, the Puzzled versus Casino Dicey, Column, Dragon King 88, Skullduggers, and Razzo Sharp. Now, last time the Fight Nights was on for Guilty Gear, I do believe Razzo versus Umisho was your grand finals. So, you know, separate that side of the bracket. Let's see if anybody can stop them.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's definitely what we're going to be looking for this bracket. The Umisho Razzo Sharp. Is anybody going to throw a wrench in these plans between the two titans here at the Fight Nights? So, of course, that's going to be a great bracket, but this is part of the PlayStation tournaments, right? We got a little special thing going on for y'all, and we're going to introduce it to you right now. You can see it on the screen, the bronze, the silver, and the gold. You can actually participate in the chat right now, typing exclamation point rewards in chat. You can connect your PSN account and complete quests. Connect your PSN account to your Twitch account, that is, and complete quests just by watching the broadcast to earn special rewards. So again, that's a new thing we are implementing to the PlayStation tournaments. Definitely going to be super sick going forward, of course.
Yeah, definitely excited to get some of the new avatars that you can put on, you know, show everybody what's up, that you're a part of the PlayStation fam just by, you know, linking that account, watching today. And hey, you get some excellent matches on top of it. Am I right?
Almost definitely. That's what I'm always looking forward to when it comes to any fighting game tournament, especially the Fight Nights. I want to see the action. I want to see if anybody is going to surprise me today, of course. Like we said, we're expecting a certain winners finals, a certain grand finals, but with Guilty Gear Strive and 2 out of 3 up to that point as well, you could definitely get caught slipping on any day of the week. So I'm looking forward to it as always, right? We're gonna have our participants lined up. And yeah, if you're familiar or if you're unfamiliar with the Fight Nights, you can see that we got a bunch of games going as well. You're tuning into Guilty Gear Strive, but I know a lot of people in the fight game community are aficionados of multiple fighting games. You can see DBFZ going down, Street Fighter going down in April. This doesn't stop. PlayStation tournaments gonna keep rolling.
Yeah, and you can always check those out over at compete.playstation.com if you want to be a part of that action. But let's go ahead and check out these players that are coming up right now. Now, first up, we have Umisho. She is out of the USA, as we all know. One of the stronger players for our entire region, if I do say so myself. We see the Happy Chaos graphic, but I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of the Soul today.
I think you hit the nail on the head right there for sure. Yeah. Like, Umi Soul has definitely been the flavor after Arc Revel, right? Of course, after Mochi taking the whole thing, proving that in the tournament format, bad guy is a force to be reckoned with, as dangerous as ever. So I'm glad to see Umisho kind of exploring that part. And she's always been successful. I know a lot of people wanted to kind of I don't know the word I'm looking for, but basically downplay her success at the beginning because of Happy Chaos and his strength.
Oh,
but
get out of here.
Yeah, at this point, if you're still thinking that, I don't know what to tell you. She's done it on multiple characters. She does things with the character and in-game that a very small percentile of players do. So I want to see what she's got today, of course. But let's see what her opponent is going to bring. King Africa in the building with the Jacko. I love seeing Jacko. I think she's a great tournament character and definitely one that can kind of overwhelm and suffocate like we were talking about before. In a 2 out of 3 format, you can get got. But of course, we'll see Umi show how ready she is because King Africa bringing the Jacko is going to be dangerous.
Yeah, specifically Jacko is one of the characters that doesn't get talked about a lot, you know, but when Jacko is mentioned, there's always a terror there for a lot of people because there's quite quite a bit to learn on how to fight. And if you do not know how to fight, it looks like it's an infinite block string. It looks like you can never it looks like you can never deal with what's going on. So King Africa is going to be bringing that to the table, and Umi's Soul most likely is going to be having to figure out how to deal with that.
Yeah, I want to see. She's gonna have some good answers, right? The 3-frame 5K is always gonna be something to look out for. Another thing that Umisho is extremely good at is like recognizing those moments and immediately canceling on hit into the right move, right? Whether it be a pose or a minion hit. Like she is really good at hitting these third parties, these things that are not actually the character, and then immediately canceling and hitting the character or putting yourself in a position to go on offense.
Yeah, so I mean, we're gonna just have to see what's going on in regards to that. You're gonna switch up the sides. Umisho is gonna be on player 2. King Africa is gonna be on player 1 side. It is the Soul. It is the Umi Soul.
That's what we were looking forward to, man. And she's really looked great on the character. I believe she's already won a couple of tournaments with it. So because of that, I mean, yeah, if you were sleeping before, you're gonna get woke right now.
So this is actually a matchup I got to play quite a bit locally due to the fact that we do have a Jacko player and Soul is my main character. So one of the things that you really have to be looking out for is the guard string before Jacko has the minion out. If you can kind of recognize what guard string that your opponent goes towards as the Jacko, you can either, you know, blow them up or you'll recognize that they're a Jacko that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, right. That's gonna be kind of like the early knowledge test is like, are you just a Jacko that's kind of abusing the autopilot things, or you have these strings and adjustments? Wow, the 2D, a great answer to honestly anything going on in the air. It brings her hurt box so low to the ground.
Yeah, and I mean, you saw the guard strings right there, right? There was very few of those kicks, very few of the 2Ds that we saw. Now we got the hit right into the wall. This could very well be a dead Soul. Gonna see it right there.
Yeah, King Africa making sure of it, right? Not just relying on the wall splat damage for the break. Wants to get the super to ensure that the bad guy doesn't have enough guts to survive.
Yeah, King Africa bringing it home. And this is what I mean right there. That's another guard string situation. If you go towards the kick right there, what'll happen is Soul has range to be able to use the Dragon Punch to be able to get through it. And because King Africa recognized the spacing, went immediately to the minion instead, saved themselves, but Umisho is not going to save your life bar.
Yeah, I was going to say, nobody can save themselves when the clean hit of the volcanic viper comes through. Oh, the counter hit. Breakdance fighting again. Oh no, that 5-8 very potent for Jacko. Set up the minions now, a couple of attacks, try to get them slipping. Well, go with the dust. Just getting the damage where he can get it and gets the wall break as well, positive and toe.
Yeah, double tap dust, a very potent mix-up tool. It's not exactly the fastest thing on the planet, but hey, if your opponent isn't privy to it, isn't able to react, that's on them, not you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Umisho does not have meter to break here, so we're at neutral at 100 meter for King Africa. Immediately BRC. Mad blocks, a great block from Umisho this time, but finally the lanes get opened up and King Africa on the board early. Doesn't drop a round on the first game.
Yeah, it can be really difficult for Soul to be able to deal with the situations of if they're just far enough outside of the 2D range when a minion is up, because Jacko can just keep herself nice and safe. We saw a lot of that from King Africa. Again, I have to commend just the decision making in regards to that, because you're playing around a lot of Soul's strong points, right? Obviously, when Soul can hit you, it's basically over because your life bar is going to melt. So you need to be able to play around that, and King Africa did a great job.
And I was really impressed with his composure in like the dual RC scenarios, right? We see that a lot in Strive now. And he was really well versed and just composed in those moments where Umisho would like RC underneath him because she whiffed an anti-air and he gets slowed down. He would RC back, and he always he wasn't really thirsty, right, for any type of hit or anything like that. So, oh man, we got the happy chaos now. 2 out of 3 format. I'm not playing with this Jacko anymore. The respect has been earned.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, now it's time to learn what an infinite block string might feel like in these situations for King Africa.
Yeah, most definitely, right? Both of these characters, I mean, if they get put on the defensive end, they might not get to play again. That's a danger for Umisho and Happy Chaos, but very confident in her neutral, and her defense is grounded character as well. But just as I'm thinking that, the big counter hit comes through, the burst comes out. She didn't want to eat that.
Yeah, that's one of those automatic burst points if you're playing against a Jacko, especially when they're very close to 50 meter, because her optimal combo is going to be 5H into super. Now you're going to maybe get the wall break? No, just a little bit too much gravity scaling on that. Oh, but the side swap, it's time.
I just gasped because I haven't seen Happy Chaos 2K whiff since now, bro, so. Like, you know, honestly, I was like, wow.
Apparently it's possible, you know, maybe there is such a thing as a distance.
Are we gonna set up the block string? Look, respect King Africa is showing. I really like it. Not getting too antsy. Does get a clean anti over the 5P, but not clean combos, not conversions. Had no bullets available. That's why. And Umisho able to get enough hits and convert bulletless.
Yeah, that is one of the reasons why we saw King Africa especially go towards that slightly more offensive momentum right there, was recognizing that the bullets were gone, right? So the hit shouldn't amount to much, but Umisho ended up making them amount to quite a bit, especially going to try to make this amount to something as well.
Yeah, I got caught reaching there. Now we're already in the corner. And this is what we talked about, the BRC setups. Let me reload and get the dust and get a combo off it all. Slum God, Ski Master's on.
That's the hardest part about this is the wall slump, because now you're going to get the pressure continuously going. Right now the focus bar is gone, but super focus active, trying to get the full conversion off the hit, not going to be able to do it. And I mean, this is King Africa's chance to at the very least get out. However, what does getting out mean when Umisho is on top?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? She had no bullets. If he was able to make something happen there, and he tried for the big gold burst. Wanted the full meter because that also pushes Umisho to the corner, right? I mean, you got 100 bar against a Happy Chaos. He had 50 meter, or excuse me, she had 50 meter for the YRC. But if you bait that out, I mean, Umisho might not get to play again.
Yeah, and I mean, super strong awareness of the burst gauge right there for Umisho to be able to take that game. So we're one apiece now. Wall break immediately going to King Africa on the 2Ps, just a ton of them. But
my
hey, everybody gets one bullet at least. Everybody gets one bullet at least.
The Ex Machina, let me reload my full clip. Positive
also
bonus.
getting the hard knockdown.
Yeah, 100 tension though. And that's why she stays back, right? No need to kind of put yourself in a roll position to the supers.
And trying to cover every avenues with the minions right there. And yeah, you want to be able to press back, but the minions are going to take the hit when they get launched. And Jacko being able to push, got the counter hit, was trying to look for the burst on this RC. No dice here for Umisho in terms of using the burst. She keeps the resource, but this is set point now for King Africa.
And I love King Africa never being lazy, right? Nice backdash with the bullet there, but then eats that one to the face. But just to highlight the end of that last round, I love him using the RC anyway, just in case Umisho did burst. But right now, it's all Umisho to respond in this game.
You have the resources, you may as well use them. Those ones are not going to carry over. Only the burst will.
Yeah.
So now recognizing that, got the situation on the multi-overheads there. King Africa not ready for it. Going to be able to get the wall break. So much damage off the perfect. That's going to be great for Umisho's morale going into the final game, final round.
Quite a response, my man. Yeah, just a way to kind of get into this final round scenario. But King Africa has been composed. I think he knows those rounds just happen in Strive, especially against Happy Chaos. I'm still looking for him to do big things in this last round. Umisho trying to play some neutral games as well with these backdashes. Actually pulls him out of the roll.
And that was the one time that Umisho actually went for the roll right there. King Africa ready. Yeah, setting up the situation to not get mixed up. I really like the decision to burst, but Umisho ready for it, has already got the pressure going. Now watch that focus gauge though.
Yeah, the minions being set up. Has it here. Oh, sandwich. This is dangerous. Umisho doesn't have any meter either. The dust comes in. Already carries to the wall. Set up shop again. Keep this corner. The jabs. Trying to stay consistent, but committed to the 2D.
Yeah, very good call out right there from Umisho to recognize there was no cancel, so the 2Ps just happened. Was trying to steal a turn back, but now you gotta deal with the mix up. Dodged it, but no, the throw whiff. So unfortunate for King Africa, and that's gonna end up doing it. Oh, tragedy.
Definitely a heartbreaker for King Africa right there, man. I was so impressed with this Jacko from start to finish, but you are going up against the Evo champion, Arc Rebel qualifier. She's who she is for a reason, my man. So Umisho gonna advance in the bracket on winner's side. But yeah, King Africa, I was so impressed. There was a moment I wanted to highlight at the end, but I forgot. Maybe it'll come back to me in a moment. But yeah, man, thoughts on the game?
Yeah, well, I mean, King Africa just honestly very impressive, showing one of the stronger Georgia player abilities, right? Versus Umisho. But I do have to talk about exactly what you mentioned previously, was the composure and also resource management, right? So one thing that was always going on between either player is they were always looking at every type of gauge. Now both characters have at least 3 gauges, maybe 4, right? So being able to resource manage through all of that, being able to keep your composure after a wall break, even if it's disadvantageous for you, but you have all the meter in the world, then you keep your composure. You can watch your opponent's gauge. Oh, they don't have any meter. I'm going to be able to stand up and be fine. They're going to have to be able to play my game, even though that I'm on the defensive. That was something that you saw in spades from both players. And it's really something to study, something to research if you're trying to look it up in your game.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like both of them were so ready, and I just really loved that match. That was a great way to start the PS Fight Nights 100% right there. So Umisho gonna be moving on to winners, but I'm looking for King Africa to go far and losers 100% with that performance. So let's see who our next competitors are going to be. I believe we got them on the docket in a moment, if not in a little while. Yes, indeed. Puzzled in the building. Oh, I remembered Puzzled now, so I just need to see the May. We're going to see some Dolphin action in the building. Always a dangerous character as well. I know a lot of people slept on her at the beginning when she got normalized a little bit, but as Slash said, man, I asked him about it, and really he was just like, the brain dead strats are dead every other way. She's stronger, and we've seen that on multiple people now. And even Umisho has played a little bit of May herself. I've seen it on the Series E to combat some of the characters that are giving her trouble, like the Leo and whatnot. So yeah, May, always a strong character.
Yeah, never out of it, never out of it. So we'll see what Puzzle's going to be able to do versus her opponent here. Now, Casino Dicey playing Bridget. This is one of the newer characters to Guilty Gear Strive as of the moment, and this is a character who post patch has been looking incredible in my eyes, especially. I think this character is one that can just always run the game directly into a 50-50 and re-loop that 50-50 as much as possible. You really, really have to understand how to use your 6P and how to be able to, and the knowledge of Bridget's just everything, just to be able to get out of a lot of the situations. Or, I mean, hey, even defend, you might not even be able to get out, right?
Yeah, she's just one of those characters that can kind of surprise you with an option at any given moment, and because of that, there's like micro moments in fighting games where we can relax, right? They're always so high tension and it requires so much of your mental status. Like there's moments where you could take a break. Against Bridget, I feel like there's not really many of those moments. In Strive, there's not many of those moments in general, and she even has less so. So I think she overwhelms the opponent's mental stack really easily. And yeah, a character that I think is only going to increase her stock.
Yeah, definitely fast-paced character. But one thing I will note is that Puzzled has very specifically noted that Bridget is a sub-character for herself,
okay.
Right? So that goes a long way in being able to play a matchup, because you know how to
100%.
fight your own character a lot of the time, or at least I hope you do. But we'll see it here.
Yeah.
First game.
That is the age-old adage, right? Like one of the main advice people give, yeah, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. One of the main pieces of advice that people give when trying to combat a character that you're having trouble with is to play them yourself. And that always gives you a better insight into the character. So we'll see if Puzzle can do that. But I mean, the low right there, Casino Dicey, you just gotta guess in these certain situations, ain't nothing to be ready for.
Good damage so far right now. Now the guts are going to kick in, but 100 meter. I'm not 100% sure that the guts are going to be able to help at this point.
Dyson.
Finishing it off. Casino Dicey, first round on a perfect. That's got to feel nice.
Wow. Oh yeah, 100% too. Oh, the 6P ready as well. Casino Dicey still has to take any hits. The 2K actually clips the start of a Totsugeki. Now you're in the corner. Yeah, just throw out after the 6H. I love it. Clips barely.
No, I gotta agree with you. The way that Casino Dicey is deciding on movement options or button presses in particular spacings, or when something fails and decides to go for something that'll fix it, has been immaculate.
Yeah, it definitely seems like he's been putting a lot of hours into Bridget, right? Like that's the kind of experience you get when you put so much time on a character. Oh, and the big normals for Bridget also stopping the Totsugeki. This is proving to be very troubling for Puzzles.
Gravity scaling's not gonna matter right here, as Casino Dicey has the full optimals on deck. First game, nothing was left on the table.
Dude, he's so ready for every hit he gets. I love it. Like even, and like as you said, like not even the hits he gets, but like any situation he finds himself in, Bridget's one of those characters, man. It's like kind of like Dawson in Street Fighter. Like if you can master all these situations and like be able to have the quickness and recognition to like pick the optimal choice in any of these given angles, she has an optimal choice. Like she's never really without an option at any space.
Definitely feels that way. If you were lying to me, it would definitely feel that way, and I would completely believe you. But I know you're not lying to me, so that's the crazy part. Okay, There's the throw from Puzzle. This is going to be the first offensive situation, and immediately Casino Dicey says, "Well, I mean, I don't think you can make me block from this position," and that was super strong knowledge of the situation. May cannot really make you block that easily unless they're just doing a charge 6H from that spacing. So why not press buttons there?
Yeah, you can stay puzzled. Even like he's finding it's so strange. Like these moments where he's actually hitting Bridget, like if there's at these awkward angles and he doesn't know how to convert. Like it's just so weird to get a hit that you actually want on her. And then, yeah, the double RC had 100% tension. This could be another round.
Yeah, Puzzled. She had some offense right there that was allowing for a bit more of a morale boost, but definitely Casino Dicey. And there's the composure you were talking about previously, right? Casino Dicey may have gotten hit those several times, but composure was never gone.
Yeah, it's just so important in fighting games, man. Like, especially in tournament, it will win you so many matches if you can stay composed.
Ooh, okay, I like the movement that Puzzled is going for. She's going for a lot more backdashing after running forward.
Oh my lord!
But
that
yeah,
was just ridiculous. Sorry.
Full optimals. No, you're 100% correct. It is ridiculous. The fact that anything that Casino Dicey has done has converted into as much damage as humanly possible. Oh, well, there was one first mistake. That was the first time.
Yeah, and even the conversion from that was wild. Like, he did the point blank roll to land immediately and get a better follow-up. That was okay. Casino Dicey, you real as hell. It's gonna be Casino Dicey versus Umi show. Is that side of the bracket? I'm all right.
Yeah. That is definitely the same side of the bracket, right? I'd have to double check, but that looks like a Bridget. Let me tell you.
Yeah, like okay, knows everything about the character, ready to convert, whether it's block strings, whether it's RC hits, whether it's anti-air hits, whatever starter it may be. Counters, it's wow, that was awesome for Casino Dicey, and it is going to be Umi Show versus Casino Dicey in the next round of the winners bracket. That is going to be a wild one. I hope we still got the other side of winners bracket to go through. Column and Dragon King, Skullduggers and Razzle Sharp. Definitely, I'm looking for this heat to continue.
Yeah. So the next match would be Column and Dragon King. We will get to Umi Show and Casino Dicey later. I mean, I know everybody's excited about seeing that, especially after those two matches. But yeah, we do have matches coming up still. So I mean,
yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. We do got the upper bracket round 1 to complete, of course. And yeah, you mentioned Column and Dragon King, I believe, going to be on tap for this next match. And yeah, it's going to be a dope one, man. Column again, bringing the happy chaos. We already saw a cameo appearance once from him via Umi Show. We got Column in the building out of Denver, Colorado. Another young gun. No pun intended.
I don't know if that wasn't intended, but
it was like half. I was already saying it and realized it and couldn't stop myself. So it was like half,
I'm a big fan of the Colorado players, to be quite honest with you. Have been hanging around the anime crew for them for quite some time, so looking forward to seeing him call him. But up against right now, however, as you can see right there, Dragon King. So Dragon King is playing the Nagoriyuki. This is one of my favorite characters in the game. I'm going to be loving talking about him all day.
I'm with you, bro. Like, I know this character gets a lot of hate and whatnot, but if Zato was in the game, I'd be a Nago player. So this is one of the characters I like watching the most. Definitely looking forward to seeing how Dragon King brings his brand of Nagoriyuki, right? I think the character, and this is probably the biggest strength about Guilty Gear as a franchise, is that the creative expression of all the characters, you could play them in such a different style, and the system itself lends to so many different ways to kind of take advantage and exploit certain things about it between players. So I want to see what Dragon King brings to the table, if he's looking to be OD aggressive. And against Happy Chaos, I mean, that's a good strat if you can get it started and get him cornered.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love that you bring up the level of what players can do, despite the fact that you play the same character as somebody else and you can just bring a different thing to the table. Because this is a matchup we've seen time and time again. If you've ever watched Guilty Gear Strive, this is one of the more common matchups at a high level, right? And so because you've seen it at a high level, does not entirely mean you've seen everything that can happen, especially when you're going to be playing you're going to be seeing two of these players that you may not 100% know their playstyle.
Yeah, right. We're definitely gonna see who kind of brings their own style to these characters in a prominent way, right? That's definitely what I'm looking forward to the most. AC Dragon King, I already like it, the back of Fukyo into the Beyblade, and you gotta kind of rush Happy Chaos down, right? We know if you get high blood on Nagoriyuki and you get full screen on the character, it's GG's. Oh, and that might lead to a GG as well. The bait on the burst with the clean fadeaway all the way to the other wall, gets the wall splat, give me the Ex Machina. Wow.
Yeah, and got the focus in between on top of being able to get another curse set on Dragon King before the wall breaks. That means, yeah, you're immediately cursed. You just have to block. But being able to catch the roll right now, tried to catch, but the backdash right there, immaculate timing for Column, finishing it off.
Yeah, man, I thought the Dragon King actually delayed it enough, but no, the backdash was still there, and Colin, like you said, immaculate timing, able to steal that first round after a bit of a scary moment.
Definitely going for the high reward round starts with Dragon King at the very beginning, if you'll notice. But yeah, the full side swap, gonna be able to get, oh no, just barely not getting the wall stick there. Okay.
Yeah, Lee has the corner, put the cone up as well, absorb a quick sword swipe. It actually does absorb the stab down, but only stabbing into bullets. That's not gonna work.
Oh goodness, yeah, the pressure too much right there when there's just, oh,
Bruh.
okay. So I am not entirely sure that was unintentional right there, because the wall break right there would not have killed on that one.
Yeah,
So
true.
with steady aim plus curse, you're more than likely going to be able to follow Nagoriyuki wherever he goes anyway. So I'm wondering if the intention was to chip out. I mean, you're probably most likely right, and it was just like an accident. But
I reacted with bruh, but like, you know, just because it looked funny. I think you're right, honestly, because we've seen Happy Chaoses do that, because even if you tech forward, like you said, like the bullet, she's gonna shoot behind the back. So it really doesn't matter if you tech forward,
Like that, right there, right
so,
there.
Yeah, that's definitely intentional, as we see the other version of that play out there. Oh god, just a quick slice.
Oh yeah, the wall's gonna break right here. No super there from Dragon King to get the hard knockdown. Oh yeah, you gotta no RC to save himself. The curse is up, and yeah, there's just the bullets, and Column had complete control of that right there, despite the meter advantage, or disadvantage, I should say.
Yeah, definitely. We saw at the very end. Got a hit, but I don't think was ready with the bullet to finish it off. But either way, closed it out. No, getting caught trying to press buttons, trying to challenge all these block strings. You get popped to the sky.
Hey, trying to manage that blood gauge. Yeah, you can't put another special move. Oh, okay, but that's fine because it actually ended up hitting.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose a lot of life bar, but you're not gonna get a guaranteed combo.
Super. Oh, I thought he was gonna try and mash out super right there doing the mask off.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good idea right there, but unfortunately did not go for it. Column is going to be able to take advantage of that and taking the set here 2-0.
Yeah, it was a good old chain shift moment, right? Where you get to freeze the screen.
Yes,
you see
exactly.
they're in the middle of a move. I don't think Column had the RC to cancel either, so that was definitely going to be a moment where you could have mashed out the super during the screen freeze, caught him slipping, but that moment was left on the table. Column leaving nothing, gobbling everything up. Gobbling the W is going to be moving on in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, super good stuff right there. Definitely a strong match, showing quite a bit of what we know of Happy Chaos here in the States anyway. Just emphatic pressure, right?
Yeah, 100%, man. And that's the thing. Like, Nagoriyuki has his moments, but the matchup definitely can go pretty lopsided for Happy Chaos if certain things play out, like we talked about before, whether it's the long range or in the short range, right? Nago, I mean, he doesn't have that great of defensive options, has the extra frame on the backdash invincibility, has the invincible super, but definitely once you get close and kind of just lay on the Happy Chaos specific pressure, I mean, that's the great equalizer, right? Nobody really has great answers, even if you got reversals.
Yeah, I mean, that's the strength of Curse. The Curse in particular is one of the killers in Nagoriyuki because the movement options are a bit lesser, if you will, for the characters. So, and he's also just he's a very large man. He does not skip leg day. He doesn't skip clavicle day, right? So he's always in the gym.
Well, 100%, man. As you should be. I recently got back into the gym after a hiatus, so I like to see Nago following suit. But you reminded me what I was gonna say about King Africa. I really loved the quick drift BRC 5Hs with Jacko to dodge the bullets.
Oh.
Like, that's a very fast way to get away from the reticle, right? So that's something that Nago doesn't have. That's why you reminded me of it. But great game, and regardless, we're gonna see Colin moving on, and let's see what our wrap up of round one of winners bracket is gonna be. I believe Razzo Sharp is on deck, going up against her opponent. We're going to see momentarily Razzo and Skullduggers. That is right. Column and Dragon King. See 2-0 Dragon King dropping down to the losers bracket, where Puzzled and King Africa are going to have to duel it out. Umi Show and Casino Dicey awaiting their match in the upper side of things as well.
Yeah, so we're actually going to get to see one of the few Faust players, it sounds like, and that's going to be Skullduggers going out of Georgia. We got a lot of Georgia. Georgia's showing up out in full force, honestly. But yeah, so Skullduggers coming out with Faust. This is what if you don't know Guilty Gear Strive, this is just an unorthodox looking character, right? There's just you're gonna see a lot of weird stuff going on that you're just not sure what's happening.
Yeah, one of the strangest, most unorthodox characters across all fighting games. Faust in the building, gonna be tossing items out. Requires tremendous character knowledge and expertise to pilot. Definitely not an easy character to get down with, but when you see him getting down, you can see the strength and exactly why these players play the character. All the Naga, or I was gonna say all the Nage players, bro, all the Faust players are addicted to this character, right? Nage, of course, being the most prolific. But Apology, man, I mean, Hook, like nobody can actually quit this character. Everybody that picks him up is just addicted, and you'll see why in a moment if you're not familiar. But of course, on the other side of things, we do have Razzo Sharp in the building herself, always one of the most dangerous characters from the very beginning of Strive. I always like talking about this, where she won the very first offline tournament for this game at PAX, and she hasn't stopped, right? Has put bodies in bags since the launch of the game, since before the launch of the game. Always somebody you gotta look out for to win the entire bracket.
I'm glad you said since before the launch of the game, because honestly, watching Razzo at this point has brought a bit of a tear to my eye, because I've been watching Razzo since she started in fighting games.
Yeah.
I have been able to commentate a lot of her match. Well, to my knowledge, when she started in fighting games, right? Some people, you know, they start earlier and they take a hiatus, right? But what I know of is Razzo starting in BB Tag. And when I saw Razzo start in BB Tag, there was like a fire there, and it just only kept growing and only kept getting stronger. And then now, I mean, you're seeing here, Guilty Gear Strive, one of the strongest American players that you'll ever see, quite frankly.
Yeah, I love seeing her growth as a player, and I love that you highlight the fire, right? That is my favorite thing about her. That's why I love, especially getting to commentate offline tournaments with her, just because I get to see her on stage and do her thing. Like, one of my favorite, I mean, I'm so happy that I got to commentate the CEO, because, I mean, Jonathan Tena is also my boy, so he won. But the Razzo run to grand finals was so awesome, man. And the way the crowd was behind her, the way she fed off the crowd, like, definitely born for the spotlight. So I love always seeing her in bracket. We got Skullduggers on the other side. Always love seeing Faust in bracket as well. And as you mentioned, a lot of strong Georgia representation. Has had a great lineage of fighting game players throughout many, many fighting games. Definitely a state or region that doesn't get as much shine, as it doesn't get highlighted as much as some of the other US regions, but always super strong.
Yeah, I mean, if you play a lot of the more we'll just say niche anime games, then you'll know Georgia as like maybe one of the powerhouse regions, right? Like there's no skipping over the region because of the number of the players that have come out of there. And I mean, hey, I mean, you'll see Skullduggers, the level on the account, it's over 6,000 at this point. Not skipping games whatsoever.
And we talked about that. You need to put in the time with Faust, like more so than any other character, man. Like, you have to be ready for these strange scenarios that you're going to find yourself in with the items and the strange angles that you're going to get hits in Guilty Gear Strive and the Guilty Gear franchise in general. So I love seeing the high level on the Faust. That's what he's going to need.
And I love seeing right there, you can already tell that Skullduggers has an iota of an idea of what to do versus Leo, because there were several things going on there that were Leo specific in the scramble, but Razzo, regardless, still taking advantage despite that knowledge check.
Oh boy!
Oh my goodness! What a conversion,
dude! And that's the thing. I don't know how Razzo. She still shows me new things with Leo. I'm like, how, bro? I thought I would have seen it all with this character already. But like every time I see her play, it's something new. Like that beautiful jump kick conversion with the counter hit slowdown. Oh nah, the burst, the thirst, he is quenched.
Oh yeah, straight into the super now. Checkmate positioning. This is just straight into the throw. Skullduggers trying to FD on that one, no dice. And that was a very, very strong game from Razzo. You know, I mean, I tried to talk about earlier that Skullduggers showed some information at the very beginning that was like versus Leo specific. And you saw it again there. A lot of Faust players, they'll go to 2P at the very beginning of a round because most people can't contest it. Leo actually has something that he can do versus that. He's actually got 2 or 3 things. So Skullduggers just said, I'm not taking that risk and I'm just going to back off.
Yeah, very smart to not stick your hand in the blender against the Leo, right? Oh my goodness, that was such a fast teleport, my man. So bombs away. We're gonna RC to get away from that.
I like the RC decision because you had to get away from the bomb, otherwise you're just gonna have to deal with it. Mix. Tried to go for a delayed one to be able to counter hit. Razzo using that 6P though.
Yeah, that dash up 6P, knowing exactly what Skull's gonna challenge with, but not ready for the teleport. The reaction to the fireball, Skull definitely got some tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Double 5K finally hitting. It's gonna be able to hit right there. Now the bomb is a problem right now.
Oh,
just delayed enough.
Bruh, that is such a small window to actually catch.
Yeah. If you don't know, if you've never fought like Leo just countering in front of your face like that, catching the recovery on it is the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, ridiculously hard. I can't believe Skullduggers found the window, and now no RC to make that save. Got a little bit of damage, but at least we keep the corner here, and the Afro's on, but the minus frames on the mix. Razzle's going to take the turn.
Ooh, yeah, nice defensive decision making right there from Skullduggers. Razzo, however, is trying to keep it up. The bomb is up. The flames are going to hit this Afro. Oh no, just barely missed.
Wow. Yeah, I cannot believe it didn't hit. The Afro was on for so long, though, and now Afro'd up again. Haircut. Let me get that dust. Swing for the fences. Oh,
Dropping
no.
the combo, though. Very unfortunate. The burst is still, yeah, as soon as I say it.
Razzle. Oh, bit him. The bomb as well, and just cutting her off at the pass. Very smart stuff from Skullduggers. Nice job getting some good items and making the most out of them for sure. Like really capitalizing in his positions to make sure he got the best offensive advantage.
Yeah, that's just straight ring awareness, right? That is one of those like things where you can recognize that your bomb is out. So if they try to dash block, like Leo players want to do a lot of the time, they won't have enough frames to be able to block in time. So that's why the 2H came out from Skullduggers, and the level of control continues into this game as well. Oh, if you got the extension into the minions too, I would have lost it.
Yeah, 100% I was with you. I was ready for it. I love the ring awareness, by the way. That was a great usage of the term.
Yeah,
Scarecrow out as well. Oh,
Okay, yeah.
coming to play spoiler, bro.
I mean, the trumpet was there and grabbed just a bit earlier, and I think Skullduggers knew that, and that's again just a showing of the awareness. Oh, drop. Okay, never mind. Sorry, fully converted anyway, because the jump KO missed, so I thought maybe the hit stun was not enough, but I'm a liar. Skullduggers is the smart one, and that's why Skullduggers is on set point versus Razzo right now.
Yeah, indeed. Razzo, that's exactly what she wants to be to start this, though. Oh, my goodness. Poking out, successful poke out as well. Skullduggers expect the Razzo to reaction burst to the counter hit, but keeps it holstered.
Oh, that was super smart. Actually used the crouch to go under the far slash instead of just taking the block right there.
Oh, do your
Back up
job.
the wall stick. Oh,
So
nope,
smart
mini
for
Faust.
Razzo.
Just using all those jump Ps to get as much wall damage and closer to the wall as possible. It's going to be able to get away from the bomb right now. This is going to be the round. And okay, they're both going into this with burst now.
Yeah, incredible expert way to avoid the mini fouls. And as you mentioned, just get a quick wall splat and transition out.
The pressure is back on. Now, what do you do versus these 6Hs, though? Because that is going to allow for Razzo to extend pressure that would not normally be there. Mini fouls helping out, but the minions.
The burst is gone as well. Not big hits, but Skullduggers still has the life lead. A big defensive option for Razzo also off the table, and the command grab is there. Definitely prioritizing the command grabs. Wants to grab a flash kick or two in case Razzo wants to go to that, but the 2D, all reliable, finds the hit.
Yeah, and I love the combo routing too. That stays away from the mini fouls. That gets you as close to the corner as possible, and now that sets you up in a way better position. Oh no, full time!
You can't be serious, bro. Not gonna be enough damage to kill, but still.
And Razzo does have the positive bonus along with all this extra meter too. It's looking really good. Got the hit. You get RC to finish it up. Skullduggers with the behind the back to finish it off. Skullduggers not taking no for the answer and just finishing it off. He even took it with the behind the back scalpel.
Oh my God, the Magic Johnson version. No look scalpel to finish the set. Holy Skullduggers, bro. We talked about it, right? This is why the players of this character are addicted to this character, bro. Did you see the hammer conversion all the way through? You mentioned really using expert ways of his lowered hitbox during his crouches to avoid these things. Like, there's so many nuanced answers that people aren't going to be ready for because, like, this character just has them, and it's impossible unless you actually play the character yourself to be ready for all of the weird things that can come up. Skullduggers advancing and winning.
I had a heart attack in the middle of that. Good Lord. Because, like, the hammer conversion was as low to the ground as possible.
Dude,
Razzo almost hit the ground and almost off knockdown. That would have been a completely different story. We would have been back in neutral. No. Skullduggers said, I'm finishing this off right now. And, well, that's put Razzo Sharp into losers. And now Dragon King is going to have to... gonna have to finish it off.
The anti-air hammer conversion, the RNG items, being ready for that, never know what's coming out. That is the sign of an expert Faust player. You highlighted the player level or the character level. Definitely backed it up right there. Great stuff. And in the lower bracket side of things, King Africa did take down Puzzle 2-1 to be advancing. So King Africa, definitely, we saw a very impressive performance up against Umisho and winter side of things, keeping it rolling in the lowers.
I don't know if I can keep it rolling, man. My heart is pounding right now after that last game. I'm tell you.
These are some great matches. These are some great matches already on the Fight Nights, 100% right there. And we talked about it. Can anybody throw a wrench in the winners finals? Umisho Razzo Plan. There you go, right there. Skullduggers out of Georgia. Definitely going to be able to upset a lot of people's bracket. Now we get to that winner semis that I was so excited to see after seeing Umisho and Casino Dicey's matches. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I mean that's why I was trying to calm you down right after, because maybe we're gonna run into something like that. But I mean, it's only gonna deliver the further we get into this bracket. Umisho, Casino Dicey. Now, Casino Dicey looked almost unstoppable in his match, right? This is going to be one of those hard fought battles, no matter what, in my personal opinion. Even with the flame of corruption on Umisho.
Yeah, Casino Dicey. I want to see does he have the stage jumps ready? A lot of her stuff in her mix-ups, the way she sets up can implement stage jump timings. So as long as those are on point and she actually gets the first hit started, then I think Bridget can run them up.
Yeah, so I think uniquely, however, Bridget is actually quite ill-equipped to fight certain soul pressures. At least that's been my experience in the matchup in particular. And it's because, you know, her defensive option is solely DP, and this character is very strike throw heavy. So a lot of the setups are to get around it.
Yeah, you can see Casino Dicey, I mean, how much they prioritize, right? Bursting the YRC to keep Soul in the corner right there. Doesn't really want to be ever on defense against this character. And the hit, gets the conversion as well. We talked about Casino Dicey's conversions, fam. Teddy coming out to finish it off.
Yeah,
Roger?
I don't think we're...
What's his name? I forgot
Roger.
what the Teddy boy.
You're correct.
It is Roger, right? Yeah.
Yes, you're correct. Yeah, no. I think we're going to see maybe 1 out of every 30 things get messed up in terms of conversion. So when it comes to Casino Dicey, at least that's what I got from the previous set, and that's what I'm getting right now too. Forcing the burst out of Umisho, and there's the Night Raid Vortex going for the clean hit conversion. No, just goes for corner carry instead.
Yeah, good damage now. Oh my God, lots of damage with the super as well. Plus frames on the stage change. Oh.
And this is what we talked about before, though. There is the meter awareness, and Umisho was thinking about that on the mix-up that she went for going in, was trying not to set the YRC as something real. And, I mean, it's going to give Casino Dicey a chance to do these looping 50-50s that we talked about in the very first time we saw the Bridget show up.
Look at this, takes her out of the corner, puts her back in, or are you blocking? You are.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
It doesn't matter.
What Umisho wanted.
Even if you don't try to block that, there's 100 meter on deck, so Umisho can decide to do whatever that she pleases to be able to catch your defensive options.
Yeah,
once you committed to the safe jump, it was just check.
Yeah, that's one of those things, right, where normally that's such the right option. Wow, great walk back counter hit there. But that normally that's such the right option that you kind of autopilot into it a little bit. And yeah, with 100% meter, it is not the option to go for. Ooh, the check on the run up, get off me.
Yeah, we actually saw that in the previous set from Casino Dicey as well, that they're not afraid to just decide to Abare out. They don't always want to block, and that 2P is a very good tool for it.
They're doing a really good job. Oh my goodness, setting up the Night Raid as well. Of mixing up, that was wild. That was OS type.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it, but I think it was just a reaction, personally.
I mean, it's really good reactions regardless, I guess. ORC not getting caught low.
Yeah, I mean, that's really hard. It is a 50-50 in that situation, so... But, I mean, the burst is on deck, so the block string burst might come up. No! Got caught by the 50-50 off of the ball, and that'll finish off the first game. That burst ended up not getting used. And, I mean, Umisho wasn't ready for it, so I can't blame her for being unable to react in time.
Man, Casino Dicey is doing a really great job, in my opinion, of mixing up between the backdashes and the buttons on defense. Like, they're really picking the right timings where Umisho is kind of overextending, trying to read the backdash, and that's when the buttons come out, and it's just been such right decisions.
Yeah, and that also goes to show that there's several other defensive layers like that Dragon Punch that I was going to mention, and it came out. So now you're thinking about backdash or 2P, and then Dragon Punch comes out instead, and you're just completely perplexed on what to do.
Stage after instant blocking the 2P, that was a great option. Oh, you can see the 6H definitely in the forefront of Umisho's mind. Oh my lord, a triple platinum, clean hit Volcanic Viper to kill it. Wow.
Bro, she is mad as hell. Oh my gosh. She just 6H like 4 times in a row.
The 3-peat, bro. 96 bulls.
All right, well, you know, I mean, 4 and 5. You know, hey, the hits don't stop coming, right? This is Oh man, that's insane.
That definitely. Umisho identifying something that was gonna work at the neutral, and I mean abusing it now. It's up to Casino Dicey to kind of adjust. He used that to get out,
God.
but only finds themselves getting counter hit.
That was so fast comparative to the last game. I gotta say that, and I mean that's just like the Soul factor, right? You run into any counter hit from Soul, and he just says, "Be gone." Oh yeah, okay. So I think Casino Dicey is starting to recognize that the block strings have to change. Otherwise, Umisho is just going to get all these 6Hs into 40% of their life bar, or I mean more than that, honestly.
Yeah, definitely up to Casino Dicey to make these adjustments. I love that adjustment right there, recognizing that Umisho was prioritizing the FD, going into the skates a little bit early to nullify that. Very smart.
Got the hit. And then there's the backdash from, was looking for DP, called it out perfectly. He's going to finish it off. Immediately goes into super to catch the burst in case it was going to show up. It most likely was not going to, because that would have been a very poor choice in bursting, but it's good to keep the situation covered.
Yes, exactly. Oh, caught the low as well, the counter hit. Oh, and Umisho gets caught that time with that jump D. Such an awkward timing. You thinking the 2K is going to come, but she's still in the air. And now another hit for Casino Dicey.
Yeah, perfect timing on the burst right there. So that is actually the perfect time to burst, is wait for the Soul player to do the Volcanic Viper first hit, so that, because there's no way out for them. They have to commit to the rest of it.
Indeed. Great knowledge from Casino Dicey on the defensive end. Umisho, super here. Oh, plus frames on the stage. Goated. One of the greatest voice lines of all time in video games. Oh, and the backdash is clipped this time, 2S.
Yeah, 2S is one of the backdash destroyers. That move is more active than most of the buttons that you can press. Obviously, you want to get the close slash when you're Soul, but 2S is just amazing at it because it puts you in the air. Oh, well, I mean, just like that puts you in the air. The drop on the close slash, though.
Yeah, Casino Dicey. Oh my goodness, the 5K extension all the way through. Yo, Soul.
So much damage here on top of it, too. Going to be able to get the hard knockdown. Burst and 50 meter available for Casino Dicey, so there might be something available. Yeah, it's going to try to use that to get away. And there's that 6H. And again, 6H has just been such a strong equalizer for Casino Dicey's block strings that it has just changed the game entirely and allowed for Umisho to finish it off.
You know, when Umisho locked in into the Soul after going down the first game, I was wondering what was different, right? Because we saw her drop the first game to King Africa and then switch back to the Happy Chaos. I was like, why did she stick with the Soul after going down a game against Casino Dicey? I think we saw why, right? Definitely figured out how to play the matchup with this character specifically. That 6H who answered so many of these yo-yo sets that just didn't end up coming through because of that. So yeah, great stuff from Umisho, identifying the weakness that she was having in her neutral and fixing that entirely.
Yeah, and I mean, it wasn't just the neutral weakness as well, but it was also the defensive weakness, not pressing buttons. Yeah. Not pressing buttons when the yo-yo set was happening was just absolute destruction for Umisho for the first game. And then second game comes in, I'm 6H'ing. Every time you do this, if your guard string isn't tight, you're getting counter hit for over 60% of your life. So figure it out right now.
Yeah, very, very smart to kind of identify that and go through. And that's something that you really have to be ready for against Bridget, right? You have to know your answers to that yo-yo set where it's delayed and the hit doesn't immediately come out. That's if you don't have those, that's an easy way for her to bully the opponent and kind of just get you frustrated. So definitely great stuff to Umisho coming up with her answer. And that's how she usually gets down. So she's going to be in winners finals, most definitely after the great adjustment. But we still got more matches to go. We got the other side of winners semis coming up very, very soon. Let's see who it's going to be. Of course, Column and Skullduggers in the building. Happy Chaos and Faust. Definitely a dangerous one for Faust, but the way Skullduggers had been maneuvering, the quickness on the Scarecrow RCs, he's going to have answers once he has meter.
Yeah, you know, actually, this is a matchup that when Happy Chaos was like trying to be figured out after coming out of the game, this is a matchup that a lot of people were like, is Faust the character? Because for a little while, when people were still trying to figure out Happy Chaos, some certain Faust players were kind of running amok on a few Happy Chaos over in WNF, and so because of that, people were like, is this the character to stop Happy Chaos? And yada yada. You know, maybe not so much the case, but it's always fun to see this matchup after that happened.
Yeah, 100%, right? Like, you can see the theories there. They don't really play out the way maybe initially thought. But nonetheless, the character will have some things to bring to the table when they get some meter and if they get certain options going. And a good backdash already in Skullduggers. He's trying to prevent Happy Chaos from getting this distance, right? Because once he does, it's real bad.
Yeah, I mean, the only saving grace for Skullduggers right there was that Column ran out of bullets. That was it.
Yeah.
Not out of bullets anymore. It's going to be able to get their reload just before setting up. And wow, I'm not sure what rising button you tried right there, but it got bodied by the 6K.
Indeed, it did. And that's one of the unfortunate things about this matchup, I think, a little bit, is that once Happy Chaos doesn't have bullets, it's not that easy unless, again, the Scarecrow RC, for Faust to close the distance quickly. Right, some of the other characters have that option. I think that's where they shine in the matchup, but Faust not so much.
I gotta get those bullets back though. That's the one problem here, and there it is. This is the odd movement of Faust that's gonna allow getting around the curse setup. Now also has the minions on deck too. Overhead on this one's got the full conversion, double item toss, and now you have to deal with the setup, yeah.
And that counter hit, I really love the 6H right there, honestly, because it wasn't like the instant overhead or anything like that. But once you have the Afro on, like the mental stack, the pressure, your heartbeat, everything increases, right? You're like, oh, nah, son. Like, you know something is coming. So the timing on that to catch him flinching was perfect.
Yeah, I like the 6H just like you're saying as well, because it also covers multiple options in that situation. Skullduggers was too far away to actually be able to do anything in terms of instant overhead or whatnot. So went for the other option. So it also catches air jump and whatnot. But Skullduggers, I mean, that decision's not going to matter now.
yeah, unfortunately, Skullduggers getting caught by the bullets, keeping them out. Cursed up as well, and it's going to make the steady aim even more deadly.
There it is, the far slash.
Well, the back
Okay, Wire Steve's just trying to be able to put away, but the curse is not on deck. So, I mean, Skullduggers actually doesn't have to worry too much. The meteor's no way. And got the heal. That's actually really important because just enough life back to be able to do something. Gets stuck in the corner, though. Maybe it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, it was tough, right? I could totally see why Skullduggers was trying to stay active out of that burst. But Colum did a good job. I mean, that was a good composure there. I think he got caught cracking in the previous round, but right there after the burst, recognized the distance and immediately picked the 2S. That was just going to shut down whatever Faust wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of shutting down, I have to commend Skullduggers on the movement options, right? The movement is just getting around all of these gunshots, and it is just making Colum waste bullets left and right. And
yeah, and I don't think that's easy to do with Faust, honestly. Like, he's got the unorthodox movement, definitely has some tools to get around this, but nonetheless, I'm very impressed.
And I mean, gotta be impressive pressure too to be able to keep Happy Chaos down for this long. However, finally, Colum able to get out.
Oh my God!
Goes for the Scarecrow. It leaves. Is gonna be able to block the wire C. Yeah, nice.
Bro, my man Mini Faust came from long distance right there. I was like, yo, thought he was done.
The homie got to pull up when you answer the call. You know what I mean? When you make the call, you understand? Like, they're ride or die.
Ride or die, Mini Faust. We see some that don't do the job. That one, ride or die for sure.
Was looking for the burst on that one, and maybe a bit too burst thirsty on this one. But okay, catching, and it's also danger state too, right? So took away a little bit of meter in the middle of the combo. What?
Oh yeah, he ran out the burst out. He was gonna get the conversion. The Scarecrow. You thought you had some distance, taking it right away.
Colum might be trying, maybe not used to the strength of the mid-range that Faust usually brings to the table, because it's pressing a lot of buttons where Faust normally has an answer and is getting counter hit quite a bit for it.
Yeah, definitely might be a little under practiced in the matchup, perhaps, because yeah, Faust, yeah, you can see Skullduggers, he's looking for those big buttons now too. He wants a great cancel after the clone hit as well.
Yeah, I think that's why Colum went to the clone, right? Was to try and get away from those situations where Fire Slash is the problem. Because, I mean, that was a lot of the counter hits last time. Catching the backdash on this one, full conversion. Going to be able to get all those bullets back, too.
Oh, yeah. Ex Machina is going to set him up in a great position to take the whole round. See how Skullduggers responds. Does have 50% tension on his side now. BR's going to slow it down. Oh, reach for the sky, boy.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the higher vertical anti-airs. It's not so great horizontally, but that's not going to matter in this situation, as we're going to get the bomb. No, not the extra damage. I mean, it's still fine. You still get the wall break, right?
Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Clone, PRC, burst. Oh, Skullduggers. No, bro. You have another round to go.
Yeah, really unfortunate decision right there. Skullduggers is not going to have that for the rest of the round, but I gotta mention the clone into RC forward right there from Column that made that whole thing happen in the first place. Really strong placement, really strong decision making, and I mean, yeah, now it's looking real good.
Super good option, right? Definitely, like, especially coming out of a stage change, like just a super good way kind of hinder the opponent. Right now, those Skullduggers finding those far slashes, getting the big hits he's looking for.
Yeah, and I mean, went for that far slash simply because Column actually ran out of bullets and knew that Column could not keep the pressure up. Oh, the anti-air right there, that wasn't airtight, okay. And I mean, Skullduggers knew.
Oh, look at that, the bomb. So even with the curse up, still out of respect. And oh, Mini Fouls finally causing some trouble, and you ain't going nowhere. Catches the feet. We're going to a final round.
I got you for 3 minutes. You ain't going nowhere.
I love it, brother. We got another great match on our side.
Oh, no.
Better snap it to a Slim Jim or something, bro.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Those meteors were just coming in real hot on that burst attempt right there. But there's the wall stick right here going for, yeah, get those bullets back.
Now we're gonna have close frames again.
I was just gonna say that saving the meter could be important for you know, trying to keep a checkmate situation going, but getting the bullets back is gonna keep your pressure going instead.
True. Oh, PRC even let him watch it for a second. YRC does connect and catches Skullduggers, maybe holding up. Oh, taps the dome right before he lands. Oh, so good. Column able to close it out. The little delay caused by the jump button as well kind of dodged the army. The troopers of Mini Fouls coming out as well. Great recognition of that moment.
Yeah, that's the nice part about the jump dust, right? Is the fact that it actually just bounces off the opponent, so you get a little bit of that height. You get away from the troopers. Yeah. And you know, you can run away with the rest of the mix-up because you got bullets to spare, so it's not like they can try to anti-air you, otherwise they get counter hit.
Yeah, definitely a great way to kind of capitalize on that for Column. Gonna be in winners finals up against Umisho on the Happy Chaos, obviously a character Umisho knows very well. As an update on the loser side of things, King Africa, as I mentioned, going up against Puzzle 2-1, gonna be advancing to face Skullduggers, and Razzo taking down Dragon King to go up against Casino Dicey. Gonna be another fire match. Yeah, definitely been some good ones here at Fight Nights so far.
No, I'm loving the high pacedness. I've been away from the PlayStation tournaments for a little bit, but I see there's a warm welcome. The red carpet rolled out with the energy that just comes with every single match. We are blowing through these matches.
Yeah, most definitely. That's another thing, the pace very high as well, right? All these players getting into the rematches very quickly, and we're just getting all the matches going. So yeah, man, it's been a great one already for sure. The Fight Nights bringing the action. And again, if you're new to the Fight Nights, it's not just the Guilty Gear Strive, as you can see on the ticker at the bottom of your screen right now. Street Fighter V coming up, as well as Mortal Kombat, as well as Tekken, and Dragon Ball, all kinds of Fight Nights are really embracing all the fighting games here on the PlayStation Tournament Series. And you can sign up and get involved at compete.playstation.com. That's where you're going to be able to sign up for all these various tournaments where you see the Razzos and the Umishos. They all hit that up to sign up and compete in these PlayStation tournaments.
I mean, you can be the one to knock them down, just like the previous people that you saw.
Indeed. All right, everybody. So we're going to be going to a quick break right here on the PlayStation tournaments. We'll be back with that Guilty Gear Strive. Do not go anywhere.
All day today, the same day has come, a different day from everyone. so long ago. Enemies keep calling after me.
Welcome back, everyone, to PlayStation Tournaments. We are in the building. Myself, Ebonic Plague, taking you through some heat for that Guilty Gear Strive already. Definitely some fire matches. We have arrived at winners finals. We still got some losers bracket side of things to go. But before we get to all that, I want to let y'all know we got a new thing going on here on the PlayStation Tournaments. Your chat, you in the chat, can participate yourselves with the exclamation point rewards. You're going to hit that and go to the link that you see on your screen right now to participate. You just have to watch the show, hit the exclamation point rewards, and you'll be able to collect some special avatars as long as you link your PlayStation and Twitch accounts together. You can see it on the screen right now. We got different tiers as well. So plenty of rewards to grab. Those are the special avatars that you're going to be able to gain access to. So definitely get in the chat and type.
Yeah, that's right. And that's not the only thing we got going on over at the PlayStation Tournaments. We've also got the PlayStation Tournaments official Discord. You guys can join the PlayStation Tournaments Discord to not only find regular updates, events, and articles on video games, but you can also do it to be able to check out what's going on with the PlayStation Tournaments in general. So make sure to follow the link there or scan the QR code right now, and you can be able to get into the Discord.
Indeed, the QR code will provide a simple Discord invite. Join it up, lots of activity going down, and yeah, that's where you'll be able to find information, meet other players as well, similar skill levels. That is always, I think, the most efficient way to improve in fighting games. So definitely a large player pool to be gathered and taken advantage of, so you can up your skills yourself over on the PlayStation Tournaments Discord. So that's what all of our players have done, right? They have signed up for the PlayStation Tournaments. They have gone to compete.playstation.com. They've been in the Discord, and now they have arrived at the bracket, bringing us that Fire Guilty Gear Strive that we all know and love. We know one of our participants in the winner side of things, right? Umi Show, definitely one of the favorites to make it there. But on the other side of things, Column, also one of the mainstays here at Guilty Gear Strive for Fight Nights, has showed out, taken down Dragon King, has taken down Skull Duggars in a close set to find himself in winners as well. And then on the lower bracket side of things, we have a couple of updates. We got Razzo Sharp taking down Casino Dicey. Right, it was going to be a tough one. Casino Dicey has been playing well, but I think Leo just so difficult to overcome, especially Razzo's. In that type of matchup with Bridget, like even when you go with your safe jumps right, if you got the flash kick into the RC, you're still going to be in a mix-up. So that's how that played out. We got King Africa and Skull Duggars on the other side of things. Definitely two extremely strong competitors. Going to be one tough competitor for Razzo, whoever wins.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like a defining moment for Razzo, right? To figure out who they have to go up against, because character matchup, I mean, really does change things, honestly, and especially with the fact that Skullduggers is the possible opponent. You know, you could get that run back. I'm sure Razzo's fired up for the run back, but I mean, the question is are you strong enough to overcome the run back?
Yeah, 100%, man. And personally, I always favor the person that lost in the winner side of things and the loser side of things, just because I think they're more proactive about thinking about the matchup, and they end up having more ideas for the run back than the other player. But there's plenty of times where the initial winner ends up taking it in the loser side of things as well. We'll see if that's what things come to be. However, I think next up, it will be Umi Show versus Column, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely gonna be looking forward to this one. Obviously, Umi Show, gonna be very familiar with the Happy Chaos, but I don't think she's gonna go for the mirror. I think we're definitely gonna keep seeing the soul.
Yeah, and it's real funny too, because this matchup was just something that people said was abysmal. Like, just not even, please don't even try to play it type deal. When Happy Chaos first got kind of like discovered and figured out, right? Soul versus Happy Chaos. I mean, that was just something that a lot of people like tried to get around by just playing a different character. But I mean, you know, you're living in the here and now. You've got to be able to play this character with anyone. And so if it's going to be Soul, then you're going to have to show up and show out everything you got.
Yeah, I think that's what Umi Show is planning to do, right? I mean, she's going to know Happy Chaos better than damn near anybody in the world. So she'll know when to pick her moments, when to take advantage. Keeping the eye on the resources is going to be second nature to her, even if it's not going to be her own. So I want to see what answers she comes with. Are we going to see some night raids to get across the screen quickly? That's the thing with Soul, right? We talked about kind of having those options to move away from the reticle quickly. And Soul's got a couple of those with the Bandit Revolver as well as the night raid. Might get caught if the curse is on mid-night raid. Definitely not a perfect answer, but we'll see if she can implement it well.
Yeah, and it's going to be all on Column to be able to keep that that pressure going from full screen, or at least trying to keep Umisho out up until, you know, the moment is right to be able to keep that guard string in for Column, because the second you're able to put Soul into that precarious position of blocking, you have to also watch out for the Dragon Punch to be able to get out, because that Dragon Punch could turn out to be half your life bar if they have 50 meter.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to be crispy as well on the offensive side of things. Like with Happy Chaos and the fact that he kind of thrives in the close quarters combat now, you got to make sure everything is nice and tight, because those DPs are going to come out hot and heavy. Umisho not going to give you another chance to play afterwards as well. You talked about that potency of the 2S as well, catching backdashes. We see it on display there as well.
I think it's one of my favorite buttons of the character, honestly. Like once I like fully learned how to play this character, it just shines. Oh goodness, like this damage is about to shine, because I am not entirely sure Column is going to survive this one.
Yeah, I think 2S, despite it being a similar animation to his legacy 2S, right, I think it was kind of one of those buttons that took the Soul players a little bit longer to get used to his others, but you can see, man, it is so good right there. Again, another counter hit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, using them for different reasons can change things. Counter hit though did take Umisho towards the corner, but now right back at you, right? Column able to go right back to Deus Ex Machina to get the bullets, got the focus, has got the hard knockdown. I mean, it's all looking real strong for Column in terms of the knockdown situation. Oh, great backdash timing! Wow.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we alluded to, right? The knowledge of Umisho. Oh my goodness, knowledge of when you want to burst as well. Not just character, but player awareness. Umisho showing why she's at the top of the mountain.
Yeah, that's one of those things that we actually talked about, that rule of thumb versus Soul earlier. Is that's one of the greatest positions that you can burst. The problem is when the opponent has 50 meter, the Soul player, it changes everything up. It's no longer the greatest place that you can burst, because they can cancel at any time.
Exactly, and Umisho respecting the fact that Column had the knowledge right there, right? We don't see the DRC used there, but it's fine.
Wow, low crushing. Oh, that's full conversion. Yeah.
Dead, bro.
Nice awareness there from Umisho to recognize when the Bandit Revolver was going to give the full conversion after the launch.
Ridiculous awareness for sure. We are in 3 out of 5 territory as well, so Umisho not quite on set point yet. See if Column has a little bit more chances, if he can figure something out in those chances. Oh no, but that opportunity quickly dashed away.
Oh yeah, tried to dash out, it looked like. That was a very interesting option to want to force. Maybe was expecting. Oh no, that's the classic Soul burst take. When you use Jump H's Soul, the recovery on it is so low that you're just ready for the burst, basically. Oh, behind the back, right into the corner, behind the back again.
Wow. My man's is out here. The Lonzo Ball passes. Call him. That was one of Happy Chaos's best starters, pulling out the gat. When that's a counter hit, you can see the life, it melts away, but you got to make sure you're crispy on offense. We talked about that. We talked about that in regards to the DPs, but my man's 3-frame stand kick, definitely one of those things you always got to be ready for as well.
Yeah, that was kind of an unfortunate decision for Colin, because what it was is that Colin was trying to fake a meaty and you know, go for something else, and then just got blown up for it, because I guess Umisho was privy. Yeah, that's one of those things that sometimes your opponent just guesses right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely one of the frustrating parts about any competitive thing, right? Is that like sometimes you do something good or smart, but your opponent just knows the option, and they know when you're gonna do it.
The wake up to chaos and the success to counter it, full conversion off it too. That was bravery right there. The cojones, the gall.
Yeah, most definitely right there. Put him on the table. You got to, especially when you're getting bullied like this, right? Umisho has so much momentum. You got to fight back and you got to hit him in the mouth. Let her know that you're not gonna go down quietly.
Yeah, and there's that Dragon Punch in the middle of the guard strings. Oh, if Umisho was able to react with a Bandit Revolver right there, that would have been full Kara Viper territory, which means that would have been over 40% of Happy Chaos's current life total.
And look at this, the 2S, they're pulling for Umisho, still looking for them. Oh, the RC in reaction to the backdash. You thought you escaped, it's just a clean punish now.
And I like that, opting to not break the wall right there, because the next thing could break. Oh no, gotta deal with the situation now though. The 2S again, and there's the 6H finally. One of the fastest buttons that Soul can press at a far range.
Super smart from Umisho, right? And one of those buttons that you want to use in the round closing scenarios. You talked about it, great speed for the range it's got. whether the reward ends up being a counter hit or not, you're still going to be wanting to press through.
And I mean, Curse is available, Focus is on deck, the bullets are in the chamber as well. But I mean, Umisho is just content with blocking because look how many bullets are left. There's no focus either. Things are about to not go Column's way if he's unable to make it happen. Yeah. He's gonna side switch here.
Oh my
Opted
goodness.
not to go for the Kara Viper there. Interesting. I feel like Kara Viper confirmed would have killed, but I guess I'm not sure. Not gonna matter though. Jump H.
Yep, stabbed into the ground. Stabbed into the lower bracket side of things. I'm the only one up here now. Umisho with the Corrupted Flame, a grand finals winner side, as she is one to be familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, and that was such a strong set too. It looked like Umisho had a complete knowledge of it. And I mean, you mentioned it before. You know, if you know how to fight your own character, things start to look a little bleak when somebody is calling out literally every option you're throwing.
Yeah, that's what was really the heartbreaking thing about it for Colin, right? Is that not only was Umisho really aware of everything the character was gonna do, but we just saw the soul reads. We saw so many correct defensive choices over and over again from Umisho, calling out the burst, calling out correct defensive options, whether it was Abare, throw, backdash, DP. Like, she was just right so often that even though if she was playing a character that she knew less about, when she's playing like that, it's going to be tough to over.
Yeah, most definitely. So that's what you're going to see right there. Umisho moving on up to the grand finals on the winner side. So they're going to be the person to beat. She is just going to be having that winner's advantage there, but we're going to be going down to the lower bracket, which is going to be King Africa versus Razzo Sharp. And the winner of that is going to play Column. Now, we did not get the run back. King Africa did defeat Skullduggers. So Razzo Sharp is going to be facing a new opponent this time.
Indeed, most definitely. We shall see who gets on top of the match. We got King Africa and Razzo, as you mentioned. I want to see, I was thinking about who actually can potentially still have a run back. I guess it's just Umisho and King Africa, right? If King Africa is able to take down Razzo, take down Column, then we can see that again, which I would be really hype about, right? King Africa was the player that actually forced Umisho to switch back to Happy Chaos after the Jacko was going wild in the first game. So I would definitely like to see that run back, but Razzo, Column definitely have other tales to tell.
Yeah, so I mean, that'll be the match we get to see up next, and it's definitely going to be a barn burner considering exactly what you said, right? Just the fact that those two are going to be able to, or the fact that King Africa took Umisho to the limit, and then Razzo is coming up to try and stop that. It's also like a really cool tale, you know, lose round one, make it all the way back up to grand finals type deal.
Yes.
Like, we love to see those.
100%. One of the classic storylines for any fighting game tournament, 100%. The legacy of John Choi lives on through all the players that drop down in the losers and then make it to these final scenarios here. And of course, all these players in the money now as well, the losers semis, you have guaranteed yourself some of the cash. So we're going to see again if King Africa is going to be ready for Razzo. If Razzo will be ready for the Jacko, see who gets the first offensive advantage.
Yeah, you know, to be quite personal about it, I really do like Leo versus Jacko in just regards to clear and utter strength, right? Because you mentioned at the very beginning of the first Jacko set that her defensive capabilities are a little lacking, right? And Leo is known to be the character that just runs and stomps on your face the second that you get knocked down. So it gets really hard. But also the Fireball is a really potent tool versus minions.
100% Razzo, you can see already trying to look for that, right? But King Africa one step ahead. That was overwhelming before the fireballs could clear the screen. Very, very smart.
Yeah, I mean, if a matchup is considered to be a little weird, or maybe you've ever had trouble with a matchup, you study it really hard, and King Africa showed an option that had to have been studied at least.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, Razzo, another one of those players, just like Umisho, very good at hitting the minion and then canceling to take advantage of the scenario, whether it be with the Berserker Slash or whatever it would be. But the 2D is always going to be potent, especially against Leo.
Okay, the throw right here. Now it's all going to be on the defensive of King Africa. Does have bar, and oh wow, okay, so the jump dust is actually going to help out because that gets Razzo not only out of back turn stance, but also out of offensive pressure.
Oh man, the jab and then the distance from the 2D. Staying on the same side as well. Razzo has the overdrive, finish it off.
Yeah, I mean, that turned around real quick. It looked really good for King Africa to be able to get out of the corner there, but Razzo stayed on it.
2D does cancel into the leg this time. Let it rock the first time, maybe trying to bait out a flash kick from Razzo.
Yeah,
Oh,
trying to go
the
for the
counter hit,
backdash.
you ain't going nowhere.
Okay, yeah, opts to keep the wall. Doubly.
Oh, burst out real quick. Oh, the breakdance fighting again, though. Those 5Hs, King Africa is represented with it, but Razzo, flash kick, no protection, no meter necessary. King Africa, oh no, she built the meter to RC that, though. Oh, rough one.
Yeah, just in time was that RC just to be able to get away from it. And I mean, you're probably gonna, that's one of those Roma cancels that you're going to do in general because you're both trying to look out for the opponents first and keep the combo as optimal as possible simultaneously, right?
Mm-hmm. Perfectly identified. All close sets up the mind game so well.
Oh,
The
no.
throw games here in the Lions Den,
God.
fam.
Oh God!
Ooh, nice job though, countering the pillar. Oh, the rising jump S.
Off top of the overdrive there. I wasn't 100% sure that was gonna hit, but Razzo was completely sure, and that's gonna finish off that that round. And hey, we're back in 2 out of 3 territory, aren't we?
Here we are indeed. This is set point for Razzo here. Looking to run away with the loser semi side of things. Great backdash right there. Again, you identified correctly the option King Africa was looking for. Oh, tried the Liger bomb. Instead, we're gonna burst out. Want to keep this pressure in the corner, but a great backdash into a throw.
Yeah, okay, got the setup, has 50 meter on deck. Okay, this is where the risk gauge gets cranked.
Indeed. Oh, the attacks. Let the minions do the heavy lifting for now. Tried to duck one, but in that process, and wow, the 6P cancel actually gets called out by the 2D.
And oh, there it is, the reaction on the cross up there. That is one of the best tools that you can use versus it. Had the RC off the overhead, and that's gonna be the round. King Africa, I love the awareness, because there was one thing that I was not sure was going on there, was King Africa didn't keep that pressure going originally when the super got called for the minions to be super powered, and it was because Razzo had 50 meter. If Razzo had gone to super in the middle of the minion call, it would have bodied King Africa.
Oh, much like what we're witnessing right now, Razzo, the close fast, bringing them straight down and with the anti-air vacuum style. Throw as well. You're one guess away. Yeah.
Such a difficult thing to react to because there's just so many options that Leo can go towards. So Razzo, she knows this. She can set your mental stack to just be the highest that it can possibly go. And well, good luck, fam, after that one.
Yeah, bro. Like when you're one hit away against Leo, like literally the hit can come from left to right, low, high, right? It's so overwhelming. You kind of have to pick an option and pray and just not let yourself get frazzled, right? Sometimes you get overwhelmed in the moment and you end up like breaking your wrist or breaking your thumbs trying to block both ways and then you don't end up blocking anything, right? Best thing to do in that moment is just pick an option and hope for the best. Right there, unfortunately, King Africa did not go his way. The dice going to Razzo's side of things as she will be in losers finals to fight Column.
Yeah, so Column versus Razzo Sharp. This is the match that could have been earlier up in that upper bracket that we saw, but was stopped by Skullduggers. Yeah. So now we're finally gonna get to see it. And again, we do have to mention that Column does play Happy Chaos, and so this actually comes into play and very important for Razzo because she is another player that really knows how to fight Happy Chaos.
Yeah, 100% right. I mean, it probably has the most matchup experience against the character of anybody in the world, I would have to say, right? Her and Umi show play so much against one another. And then Razzo, I mean, she's played against a lot of the other Happy Chaoses in North America as well, Dende and the such. So she just has so much experience against the character. It's definitely going to be lopsided on that side of things. And that's saying something because Leo's a decently popular character. So the fact that like she still has such a lopsided advantage in matchup experience is just a testament to how much she plays up against Happy Chaos. So Column, he's gonna have to dig deep, in the bag of tricks and kind of try to come up with unorthodox strategies to catch Razzo off guard.
Well, I mean, we're gonna see it right here. Column has the onus of proving us wrong, proving everybody that thinks that just because Razzo's played versus Happy Chaos quite a bit. Well, here it is. First game, first round. And we are back to 3 out of 5 territory, I do believe. Indeed.
Losers finals. First to 3 at this point. Oh, the 2K, it hit him airborne as well. Oh,
that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, super unfortunate. Now you're in the Lions Den. Now you got no burst. The wire. Steve was at least successful. Oh, but the flash kick. Gonna put a stop to that offensive sequence real quick.
Yeah, did not want that gold burst whatsoever, and unfortunately that's gonna make it so that there's no more defensive capabilities for Column, and now you just gotta run. Nice backdash though.
Yeah, super clean backdash. Razzo has been on the stance cancel dash up throw. Oh no, the 2D afterwards is so smart. Razzo always ready to cancel after a clone hit, a minion hit, whatever it may be.
That's the nice part about the close slash for Leo is the catching backdashes is pretty easy to do the active frames, but now you gotta deal, and okay, yep, that is one of the options. Yeah, had to burst on that one, and honestly, I don't think Column knew which way that he would have to block. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. Great recognition from Colin right there, using the 2S against the guard point stance, exposing the low vulnerability. Oh, and then just catching Razzo being real frisky after the stage transition. Quick meaty does the job.
Yeah, Razzo trying to do a little bit of a mash right there, getting caught. And I mean, yeah, it makes sense to try a mash because a lot of people are looking out for the 50-meter flash kick. And I think Column was like, nah, you're not going to flash kick, so I'm going to call you out for this.
Great bet. What a 2K right there as well. Spacing on that immaculate. Oh, no, it's not your turn. Column, though, once the distance will burst out.
And I mean, you mentioned at the very beginning of this whole thing, actually, is that Happy Chaos 2K is just really, really strong, and Column is placing it super, super well.
Yeah, it's definitely been on display in this match, to say the least. Great block there, but oh, you're still locked down. Not pushed far enough away. I don't think he FD'd the back turn S. Maybe if he FD'd it, he would have been pushed out of 2K range, but that was not the case.
I mean, it's just really hard to keep Leo away from you in that regard,
100%.
regardless.
100%.
So I definitely feel you, though. Maybe FD could have been the game changer.
Yeah, it's an option, right? Like, I don't mean that to be like a point of criticism or whatever. It's just like it's something that could help because, like, we need all the help we can get when we're fighting against Leo. Like, I'm with you, brother.
Well, I mean, Deus Ex Machina here to hold down the fort as you're going to be able to get Curse and the bullets. Yeah, had to just use Berserker Slash just to try and get as far forward as possible. Oh no, the Curse. Yeah, great throw tech though. I mean, that option has not yet been gone to in the middle of offensive pressure for Column. Oh, nice. He did it twice.
Yeah. I like it a lot. And I think that is because of the conditioning of these 2Ks, these 2Ss that he's been so on point with, as we see here again, right? It's kind of making Razzo hesitate at those ranges. He's getting the dash up throws because of it, but no hesitation there. Big counter hit leading to this offense. Backdash caught again, as you identified before with the close S. Wow, the dust combo, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, missed the upward RC, I think, so just tried to go for like a better combo off of it, but yeah, got the counter hit. This would be such a foolhardy burst, but Razzo is very specifically trying to make sure that she at least covers it, because you don't want Happy Chaos to burst you and then just win the round because you're now full screen.
Yeah. Again, right, never being lazy. Holy smokes, that jump A shape from so far away. The counter hit slow down, giving it time to dash up and convert. Oh, I think that finally succeeds.
Yeah, exactly. That's verbatim what I was gonna say. Ooh, and then get the bullets back. And so that's Curse, the reload, and about half of the focus gauge, right? Really, really good. And I mean, look at the damage it did.
Yeah, man, I'm reloading, but wow, Razzo just with the 5 feet RC on the wake up. The close S not abandoning the game plan right there. Gets the counter at that time, drops the combo. Column, was trying to find the burst point. Can't find anything but an L. Razzo. Was that 3? 2.
That's 2. That's 2.
Okay, 2. Okay.
Yeah, the first game was actually quite slow, quite close, because it was one apiece, right? But oh, another 2S conversion right there from Column. Just so good.
Yeah, man, I really love him the way he's been playing the grounded footsies with Happy Chaos. Very, very impressive. Oh, nice conversion as well right there, taking advantage of the clone hit. That's what you got to do. A lot of the time, Razzo has been able to knock down the clone and still continue their offense. Oh, no.
Was that catching a jump out, maybe? That was super peculiar, you know, because there was no counter hits. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you cheeky, Razzo, you cheeky. Backdash BRC to be airborne. Got the jump light as an overhead, or jump punch as an overhead, excuse me.
Yeah, just looked at him, waited for the burst to come out. Oh, no, and the backdash. Lessons are being taught. We're going to get the knockdown in the corner. Stays on the safe side. The backdash avoids the back turn S. That was lucky. Or, I mean, just really well timed.
Yeah, Column has not been deterred whatsoever for the backdashes being blown up by close slashes, right? Just still going to the option, even though it's been blown up several times. I love that burst as well because it keeps the offensive pressure in Razzle's favor, and up until the counter hit, of course. Oh no!
Yeah, and the backdash was what led to that hit again. What in the world?
Oh no! That was so unfortunate right there for Column. And yeah, that's gonna do it.
Hold on.
Oh no! Yeah, okay.
Hold on. Razzo
Okay.
like landed and did dust, right? That's what I saw.
I think it was meant to be 2D personally, but
Okay,
that's
yeah,
what
I was gonna ask you. I'm like, what did you think that was supposed to be?
I think it was meant to be 2D personally, but
Because I was like, no way you like block a bullet and then dust when you land, right? I don't know. I mean, maybe she's just that smart. I don't know. I want to ask her.
All
about
right.
that.
So if you want me to play the devil's advocate for dust being the smart play, I've got the whole line, the whole train of thought for you. Okay. So
give it to me.
the bullet whiffs and focus whiffs, right? So you fall down from the wall, and so because of that, your opponent's like, oh no, I've messed up. And Leo's about to get like offensive pressure. I better block, otherwise I get hit here and lose. And so you down back because you're trying to block, right?
So the bullet whiffed? If the bullet whiffed, I understand it a little bit more. Okay.
Or at least I thought the bullet whiffed. It's been a while.
No, I think you're right. I couldn't quite tell. So if you're confident the bullet whiffed, I'm going with you because I couldn't tell at all. So if that's the case, I think that's something Razzle would do. I think that line of thought that you just laid out for us, I honestly think that's what she meant. But either way, maybe we'll get some confirmation on that later. We have arrived at our grand finals. Umi Show, Razzo Sharp in the building. It took a little U-turn, it took a little detour off the main course, but we have arrived at what we expected. We'll see who takes it here with two titans of the Guilty Gear scene.
And this was also the grand finals of the previous PlayStation tournament's Fight Nights. So we're going to be seeing the run back again. Could be. Now the question is a differing outcome? Huh? I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see, right? I want to see for sure. Umi Show on the Soul up against Razzo on the Leo. It brings a different dynamic to the matchup that we've seen so much of, right? We obviously have seen these two duke it out in the Happy Chaos Leo matchup countless times. So I'm liking the little remix edition we got here with the Soul bringing to the table. And I don't really know how this matchup plays out, to be honest with you. Like, have you played against a lot of Leos in your time?
Oh my goodness. So this was actually one of the most played matchups of all time, I think, in this game when it first came out, to be honest with you. So back then, this matchup,
right, for sure.
This matchup was also to be considered to be one of Soul's only losing matchups back then. And so that was like a really big deal before. And but one of the saving graces was Soul's success. Soul's success was really hard to deal with. You couldn't 6P it, right? Or not nearly as well because it would clash. And he got a grip of damage off of it. Neither of those things exist anymore.
Yeah, so the tools that he had that were good in the matchup definitely have been toned down, to say the least. So it's probably not going to be a good look for the character, but Umi Show always, we'll see if she can make that up with her player skill.
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, that was just
didn't happen in the first round.
Well, I mean, that was just like complete control from Razzo, right? Like really, really good. And we just saw everything we needed to see in terms of Leo versus Soul.
Yeah, definitely how you see the Leo side of things play out. Definitely ideal first round to start. See if Umi Show can come up with some answers to any of the pressure that Razzo's bringing.
Yeah, just so weary of that flash kick because of the just because of the possibility, right? It's gonna be able to get full conversion here. Knockdown. There is 50 meter.
Oh wow! The air throw. I like that option right after the RC. It was gonna be definitely scrambly. Umi Show just kind of went with Occam's razor right there. Simple is a solution for the job. Night Raid to take it to the corner, but no.
Okay, still got the confirm though off the jump P. Yeah, unfortunately the Night Raid was maybe just a bit too far, so it allowed to get too far forward for Soul, so the cross up happened. But I mean, didn't really matter too much. And wow, the Vortex decision. So that Vortex, in my eyes, could have been one of two things: it's either the input error on trying to go from block to neutral, or it's the or it was attempting to call out a 2D.
Well, say, between two players that know each other so well like this, you'll see call-outs like that, right? Like unorthodox decisions that you won't see in a lot of other matchups.
Unfortunate RC right there. Umi Show not recognizing that the wall was about to break off the Volcanic Viper, so actually did not get the hard knockdown needed, and that could come back to haunt.
Most definitely, Razzle. Oh, the jump K right on the headband. First game.
Definitely interesting that that Umisho got hit there because it seemed like such a slow mix-up. I wonder if maybe she was attempting to do something.
Yeah, it definitely could be. It was strange for sure. I don't know if it was just like an awkward timing thing, kind of catching her in the headlights or what, but nonetheless. Oh my, the duff from the walk back 5H. I felt it.
Hey, I mean, you know, that's just trying to use that buff that it got. Remember, it is a much larger move now. You can actually use it as a footsies tool. It's super good.
Oh, speaking of super good, Umisho's air throws always very impressive, bruh. What was that, like the latest backdash in a jump H, or what was that?
So that was, yeah, that was supposed to be the delayed Arxis special mix-up. You know exactly what mix-up I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where you knock down, you do delayed air dash. The jump H counter hits, got the follow-up afterwards, and then did Kara Tyrant Rave off the dash.
Bruh, that was... I have not seen the Arxis special mix-up in this game in a very long time.
Yep. Full hit conversion there. It's gonna be able to pull towards the corner, and yeah, it's just so hard to deal with. Like, is the Leo player going to actually flash kick when they have 50 meter? It's the true mix-up. Yeah. Imagine being put in a 50-50 on your opponent's wake up. Like,
dude, I always talk about, I'm like, why am I being put in a 50-50 for safe jumping you? That's not how fighting games work. Like, what? Oh my lord!
No, it's over. Umisho won the round. I don't care what happened just now. I don't care what happened just now.
I'm right there with you now. Hey, honestly, Razzo should have laid down after that. Been like, all right, you got this round. We'll go to the next game.
Incredible. And I mean, you know, Umisho does have a set to work with, so I wonder if she's just cool with doing a little bit of cheeky stuff.
100%.
Yes.
Oh. You get a 2K shutting down. No, don't advance. Oh, excuse me, advance from the sky instead.
Hey, I mean, you know, the crouching kick one hit up there, so.
Yeah. Oh.
Was that completely okay, well, the full conversion off the jump K.
Bro, these are cracking me up the way Umisho's getting some of these hits. We saw the Arxis special with the jump into the late air dash, and then that was just like straight up 2D fighter jump cross up. Like,
and if it didn't counter hit, that wouldn't have been the full conversion, I don't think. Yeah. Immediate burst off that far slash connection. Yeah, you know what's funny too is I haven't been able to talk about it because the matches have been so fast paced. But at the very beginning of the round start, there's a very specific RPS that happens with Soul versus Leo, where 2S is normally the strongest option, but if Leo does delay 2K, it bodies the option. So it's like that's where the RPS is.
Okay. Actually, right now we'll keep an eye out on that going forward. I always love the round start interactions because I love the Titan Rave. But yeah, honestly, I think round start interactions is something that needs to be very highlighted on commentary more because it can dictate so much of the match. And honestly, like, it's something that it's where all the decision making starts.
Yeah, I mean, it can snowball everything, honestly, at that point.
Yeah. Oh man, and some of the matchups are heavily determined at that round start. But right now we got Umisho. Oh, the BRC block. Beautiful, the instant block of the Berserker Slash as well. Razzo had to react with a backdash, otherwise a throw punish, as you see.
Yeah, and I think Umisho actually correctly called out 90% of everything that went on right there. Actually 100%, because Umisho actually stood up on the backdash BRC mix-up. Yeah. So despite the fact that like there was no indication that it was backdash BRC, so how did you know they were even in the air in the first place?
The defensive choices from Umisho, like that's always what I'm most impressed by. I can't believe, oh my God, but Razzo saw the instant block of the 6K, was like, I'm gold bursting, bro. I don't want you to punish me.
Lots of throws too, straight to the corner, and there's so much meter here for Razzo. Yeah, that's gonna pay off in dividends as well, as the wall is going to break here. Keeps the meter because this is a check situation. Normally you would try to get the hard knockdown off meter, but it's not gonna kill, and if you can use the meter to kill, it's better.
Yeah, 100% right. You can get a big neutral advantage, especially because Umisho didn't have any meter for herself, but did take the throw. Oh, the instant block, immediate cancel that time. Caught whatever Umisho was trying to fill that gap with.
Yeah, and because it was the fast RC too, Umisho was not able to react quickly enough, I don't think.
Yeah.
At least I'm not reacting to fast RC.
Oh, the flash kick from Razzle again. No RC. Maybe that's why Umisho felt confident to keep the pressure going. We got RCs on both sides now. Oh, not sticking a hand in the blender. Ooh, 6H actually caught in the middle of the starter to the RC slowdown. Again, though, the instant blocks on the slashes.
Yo, we just throwing each other right back into the corner. Oh, missed
Dragon game is pretty good.
2 frames.
2 frames indeed, bro. Always be throwing. That is the Guilty Gear mantra.
It's not as strong in this one because it is 2 frames and it is actually a command.
That's the wild part, is that it's not as strong in this version of the game.
But it's still really good. Oh, missed punish
exactly.
right there. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Soul uniquely can punish the first hit of, well, I'm gonna call it Rekka. It's no longer a Rekka, but
Yeah,
I also
know what
don't
you
speak
mean.
German, so I can't call it by its actual name.
Dude, one of my biggest like banes of commentary is coming up with a name for that move, because I'm with you. I don't want to call it the move name. I can't pronounce it, and it's not a Rekka anymore, so I don't know. But anyway, continue your point.
Yeah, Soul uniquely can 5k to punish that as long as the opponent is close enough, and because Umisho instant blocked the first hit, it was available. And wow, we saw the most Guilty Gear Strive thing you could possibly see right there.
Yeah.
RCs on RCs to be able to drift towards your opponent and make sure you got a whip punish.
Yeah, it's one of those things you have to really develop a strategy around. You have to know how to play these double RC scenarios, whether you're the first person to RC, whether you're the second person to RC, what are the most likely options your opponent's gonna have, how you deal with them. Definitely a significant part of high level meta. Now the guard point attack coming out. Razzo waiting to see if Umisho was gonna let the DP rip, did not, and finds the hit again.
Yeah, gets the full conversion as well, using the fact that you're not close enough for the wall break to be able to get the full wall bounce combo. Counter hit, yeah, but the problem is Razzo made that airtight with the 5Ps to make sure that that burst meant nothing, and that's gonna be a bracket reset.
Indeed, Razzo. I love that. Just the backhands, right? All Iceberg Slim when the burst is on the table and when she only needs a little bit of damage to go. So very smart.
Definitely need the cocoa butter on the back of the hand for sure. Hey, ooh, trying to air dash out.
Nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. The Kimbe Matumbo say no.
Oh, 6S. Oh, beautiful way to just warp Razzo's mind right there. You thought the high was coming. The jump H whips into the low. The Kara flash kick, bro. You saw like the drift forward flash kick?
Yeah, off of the run because they added the little spark, so you know.
Come on, bro.
Full conversion here. That might, yeah, I was gonna say that might cross up because of the air dash.
Oh, the timing on that, immaculate.
Oh my goodness, yo, the APM just to do all of that. So many buttons pressed so quickly, and Umisho's still gonna be taking advantage of the 50-meter loss as the first round goes to her.
The activity, we were outside, fam.
Wow, perfectly timed instant air dash.
For real, man. Oh no! Actually, the parry finally comes through. Razzo been whiffing a lot of those, but weird timing on the situation. Umisho, the dash blocks are out. The 2S is out as well, but Razzo will not surrender her offense that easily.
Good block on that one, yeah, and that's gonna make it impossible for Razzo to continue the pressure as well, thanks to that 3-frame standing kick.
So good, bro. 5K to God.
Dogga.
Okay, wow. Speaking of which, actually whiffs for a second there. The Night Raid. A little bit too short that time. Gonna allow Razzo the clean whiff punish.
The pressure is on right now. It's gonna be able to, oh no, block on the 2D? Oh no, this is changing the whole game.
Oh man.
Oh, big drop. Oh,
Indeed, we still got one more opportunity. Oh no, the 5Ks. They're whiffing this time.
Oh,
No.
what an anti-air.
5P, 3 times platinum. That's all we needed to get the job done.
Unfortunate drop right there from Umisho, causing Razzo to be able to take that round. It could have been over from that point, and now there is a chance for Razzo to come back. Now look at the wrist gauge, though.
When it's fully crazed, we were in red territory. And my man Soul was wearing blue.
Hey, listen. That's why it didn't counter hit, you know? There wasn't enough risk on that one.
Oh, double up on the headbutts. You never want to headbutt a king, fam.
I mean, you know, interestingly enough, it just does not crank the risk as much as Soul's close flash, despite the fact that it looks just as scary.
100 meter for Razzo, yeah, exactly. Wow, the jump H so active and a great hitbox. stops Razzle's rising attempt even with the slowdown advantage, and Umisho not gonna be able to steal the first game just yet.
Okay, there it is, the Bandit Bringer though. Delay on that, was able to get around, and the extended hurt box from the cross-up slash from Leo there actually paid into that Bandit Bringer, because I think if that was not the move that Razzo did, and just kind of ran under instead, I'm not entirely sure that Bandit Bringer would have connected.
Yeah, I think you're right. I definitely think the Berserker Slash kind of moved Razzo into a farm via the hurt box, but now trying to put some hurt on Umisho, doing so. Great throw game, just as I say that. Not gonna happen that time. Volcanic Viper, quick one. Wow, the 5P, so confident in them.
Confidence has pretty much been the name of the game for Razzo in every time we've seen them play at all, right?
Yeah.
They're just like, yep, I'm gonna hit this button right now. Would I maybe lose 50% of my life? Sure, but I could also not.
Yeah, and I think that's the hallmark whenever I see them play, really. Oh, that was such a clean double jump cancel to avoid the follow-up.
That's just straight up awareness from having played the matchup so often.
Oh, back to back on the close. This is now Razzo. The aggression. Oh, wait a minute. A little bit of a fumble at the end there, but it's okay. You can see again, just pressing the buttons on the hit.
Yeah, and then got the perfect punish on the standing dust there. Okay, here's the wall break. Does not use the meter, and I totally understand. Oh wait, sorry, my meter was mixed up on the other side.
In the way, wow, Umisho again. These like preemptive jump buttons that she's picking are so smart. Puts out the gun flame as well. Oh, again, right? All of these RCs that are slowing down from Razzo, she's just running into active buttons.
Oh, and Razzo, yeah, that's the problem is you cannot test a Soul player's reaction on throwing a fireball, but not gonna matter anyway. The air throw on that one.
Bruh, the reach. I ain't know Leo was built like that, fam. That was some long arm action right there.
There's a reason you don't slapbox with Leo. He's hunched over, so you don't realize, he's real close to his chest, right? That's just his fighting stance. But if he was ever to just show his wingspan.
Oh man, he's peekabooed up, keeping it close to the vest. Oh, nice. Yeah, full conversion here from Razzo.
Oh no! Unfortunately, dropping the second hit of the flash kick, so there's no hard knockdown there.
Light drop at the end. Razzo,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, they're both showing respect to this neutral range now. You can see how close they're coming to catching each other.
Yeah, the problem though is that it's causing Umisho to walk back so much. The negative penalty is coming up. Yeah.
That's a huge problem, especially when Razzo has 100 tension on the other side. Just such a lopsided advantage. Gives you so much advantage in neutral.
Yeah, and that's going to finish that round off the stray hit. Great conversion there from Razzo, and fully optimal.
Great stuff again. Oh, Umisho, you see the reaction backdash as soon as Razzo was getting close. That's the dodge play. Good cancel though. Umisho is very consistent and it's blocking those 6Ks, so Razzo has come up with an answer.
It's got the counter hit though off the jump slash. Ooh, wow. Oh, caught Razzo probably trying to dash forward, dash block, right? Yeah. Look at the damage afforded because of it.
Yeah, Razzo, you can talk about the confidence before. It's a very confident burst out as well. Oh, and actually catches the 2S, the RC forward, giving him a full conversion. That is so potent.
Dash into the flash kick right there. Really good.
So wow. Take the post out of that RC, out of that kick, so win with the RC, but it'll leave us some damage on the table. It was a tough conversion.
Just a bit too far away, just a bit too late as well. And now Razzo back in there, but there's the 2S. This is a button that I really wanted to call out at the beginning of the set, but again, it's just been so fast-paced, it's been hard. 2S is exceptional at catching dash blocks, and Leo is a character that loves to dash block.
Yeah, definitely live for the dash block on this character. Oh, and getting the far as getting the job done this time. Great recognition from Umisho. Oh, but Razzo, backdash, back throw incident. You gotta have good defense now. All right, instead, just a punish. Yeah, missed space on the pillar. I didn't even see if FDs came out beforehand. Oh, wow, you still got hit. You 5P to not get hit.
So that happened because Umisho was 5P'ing a second time to continue the combo in case. And so Razzo clearly calling out the delay 5P like OS there. That's super interesting.
Again, player familiarity, right? It's like, I know what you know, and we're out both at the highest level, so I'm just gonna immediately do it.
And on top of that, Razzo, you'll see Razzo do that all the time. The 5P, wait 5P, right? Like,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, if you do something, you should also know how that thing also loses, right?
Very, very smart indeed. So, does it actually get the wall break she was looking for? That's gonna be Umisho's side switch. It's my corner now. Oh, Marlon
Burst
Stanfield
save.
runs it.
Yeah, fully burst safe conversion right there's. Okay, yeah, that move is like a real plus because it's a guard crush, so you really have to worry about what comes next.
Definitely. Real plus. YRC, and we really want to be offensive at the moment. Does from long distance. Nice.
And kept it burst safe on top of that. Yeah, that had to have been max distance for that dust, I feel like.
Yeah, because the knee alone, right? The 5K looked pretty far. So the fact that that's still connected afterwards was very good.
I feel like that's probably why Umisho just was not ready to block it.
Yeah. Ooh. Up against the wall, splatted up, Tyrant raved up. Guys are very close to 50% tension though. Oh,
I like that.
FD.
Yeah, well, specifically too, the instant FD to push out further. Yeah, it's good call out on the reaction. And that's one of the things that Soul has uniquely versus this character is just an incredibly fast button to be able to catch any sort of cross-up dash.
Yeah, definitely where Leo can kind of abuse his dash through powers on other characters. Very difficult to do so to control. A lot of conditioning required beforehand. Oh no! Big counter his starter on the guard point attack. Good damage as well. Razzo gonna be loaded with meter here.
Yeah, Umisho was not ready to be able to dodge the guard point that time, like the last time that situation came up. And I mean, Razzo is gonna run away with it, looking for the burst. And when do you burst here? Oh, well, you won't, is the answer. You just can't.
Yeah, definitely. Like the moment where you might have been able to burst was coming up, and then you got wall splat. So extremely locked out at that point. We're going to a final game. I love to see it.
Yeah. As close as you can get it here in PlayStation Fight Nights.
I'm loving the 2S's now from Razzo as well. They're working well against the Night Raid, against a lot of what Umisho wants to do.
I mean, 2S has just always been like a really strong button, right? Especially in Xrd. That was one of the saving graces of the character for sure. After the changes.
Umisho goes for the throw, but had the meter back at that time. So Razzo just goes with the double jump, but gets the landing frames punished.
And now just Razzo just trying to stay nice and vigilant on the blocks. Ooh, tried to get out right there, but got caught by the 2K. Yeah, I mean, there was so much risk gauge that you want to burst that because you probably were dead.
Ooh, actually got clipped by the gun flame.
Now the question is, was that wild throw actually intentional? I'm not sure if it's a close slash. Looking for the burst, the throw comes out. No meter to be able to follow up, but there. Was that backdash RC forward? Or okay, it was super PRC, okay.
I think so. Razzo's the oldest 6H actually got whip punished. If I'm not mistaken, it could have been backdash RC. It looked to me like the startup of Super. The only person I see doing that with Leo is Razzo though.
It's exceptionally hard. It's not as easy as like say Faust or somebody, right?
It's hard with Leo for sure.
Right there, got the car arrow, or excuse me, the tiger knee.
Oh, and then we're showing the Lions. Then now the back, or excuse me, the cross up into the low to start it off. We got stage change, not utilizing the super, and wants to keep locked and loaded with the meter.
And you notice on pretty much every one of these post-wall situations, jump back, jump H has been Umisho's go-to. It's gotten her out of dodge almost every time. There's the Kara Viper. Do you use the meter or no? Okay, yeah. I do love keeping the meter.
Indeed as well, RC just waits for it. I love not immediately RCing in response either. Great discipline from Umisho. Was trying to wild throw the landing. Was that what I saw?
I don't think the wild throw is intentional, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, I don't know. Umisho, oh my goodness, not flinching. I was tournament on the line right there, just down back.
Oh, the jump H, no! Oh my god.
Good. It's caught Razzo trying to rise with buttons. Razzo loves the rising jump S, right? The rising jump K. So good at that. And those buttons are shutting it down with that jump H.
I used to complain about that jump H in Xrd back in the day, so.
Oh yeah, that jump H, yeah, it's always been an issue.
Counter hit, big damage on this one.
Huge.
And then the wall doesn't break too, so that means mix-up is available, but there's the backdash BRC. And because it was blue RC state, you get the full combo.
Indeed, that was a great spot. This is such a close match here in the final round. Oh, the IBFD as well, trying to get some distance. We're gonna close that distance with the Bandit Revolver. Very smart.
Yeah, good awareness right there to be able to recognize that the gravity scaling was still there. So that's a combo you've been able to do since the beginning of the game. But it's very hard to figure out when you can do it from such a distance.
Oh, both of them not pressing anything in the face of double RC. You can see how disciplined. They know each other's options so well.
Oh my god! Yeah, just trying to pick and choose the jump H's, but the 2S came out. I think Raz. Oh man, and no burst either!
Dude, and it was the jump H again, back-to-back rounds, shutting down Razzo, trying to get to the skies, trying to chase down the bad guy. Bruh, though, that button, I mean, it proved to be a plague throughout the entire set. Right, we saw that, we saw the jump S. Both these buttons are really shutting down what Razzo usually does on her offense, like trying to chase you down with the rising buttons, trying to catch you when you're landing from the air backdashes, like all those things, they were catching the jump buttons.
Yeah, I mean, you can't catch somebody landing off a jump H because the whip recovery is literally 0. It does not have it, so.
So, man, Umi show, wow, after losing that first grand final set, able to come back in the reset, take it 3-2, just action-packed from start to finish for all of Fight Nights, though. Definitely big ups to all of our players. King Africa, Puzzled, Castino Dicey, Call 'em Dragon King, Skullduggers, everybody that came through, and of course, your grand finalists, Razzo and Umi show. Put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's always going to, and I'm just going to say it, Ringe, you'll get this one for sure. It's always going to deliver when it is Fight Night!
Oh, indeed. I'm loving it. I love it. The energy we're bringing. It's good to commentate with you again, my man, for sure. Glad to see you back in the swing of things. Always been a fan. Always love casting the mics and the fighting games with you. So it's been a good time here on Fight Nights as well. You guys know how to get involved. And if you don't, it's right there at the top of your screen. Compete.playstation.com. And it's going to be at the bottom of your screen right now as well. You can sign up for Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball, Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat. PlayStation pretty much supports any and all of the fighting games that you're looking to get involved in. So head on over to compete.playstation.com. You can hit up the community Discord as well. And definitely a lot of activity going on over there as well. So it's been a beautiful time here at Fight Nights. You can see, you can scan the QR code to get in there. You'll get updates on all of these tournaments, how to go about signing up for them, just sparring matches with players as well to set up skill-based sessions. Definitely a lot of things to be done over on the PlayStation Tournaments Discord, and join in on this PlayStation Tournament fun.
Yeah, well, with that, that's going to do it for us, Ringe. Thanks so much for having me. And I mean, it's been a pleasure to be here with you. Very, very much appreciate it.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a great time. Fight Nights, big ups to everybody on the production side of things as well. All of our players put on a phenomenal show. Very easy job when the matches are that good. So big ups to all of our players once again. Thank you all for tuning in, and be sure to check out the next Fight Nights. You can see them scrolling at the bottom of your screen for the April editions, all going to be coming up next month. So definitely be tuning in right here on PlayStation. Until then, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. We'll see you soon.